Hey everyone and welcome. So today we're tackling a huge topic, how you can take an idea, just a simple idea, and turn it into a real working app with AI. Seriously, we're going to look at how this tech is just completely flipping the script for anyone who wants to build something cool.
I love this quote because it just nails what's happening right now. Think about it. We're in the middle of this giant technological wave, the AI wave. And look, the most important thing isn't just standing on the beach watching it. It's about grabbing a board and learning how to ride it. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today.
All right, so here's the plan. First, we'll talk about just how big this AI wave really is. Then, we'll get into the new toolkit, the AI tools that make all this possible. After that, I've got a wild case study for you, an impossible app built in 48 hours. Then we'll bring it back to you, showing you how to build a clone of a popular app. And finally, we'll wrap up with the new rules of the game for building stuff in this new AI world. Okay, let's dive into our first section, riding the AI wave. And I'm not being dramatic here. This really is a once-in-a-generation shot for anyone who likes to build things. You know, to really get how massive this is, let's just take a quick trip back in time. Remember the 90s? We had the Y2K wave, and suddenly developers were in crazy high demand. Then, 2008 rolls around, and boom, the App Store launches, kicking off the mobile app explosion. Well, what's happening today with AI? It's on that level, maybe even bigger. It's totally changing the playbook on how we invent and create.
And this is the classic problem, right? You've got this amazing idea for an app, but you don't know how to code. And so what happens? Nothing. The idea just sits there. It's this super frustrating gap between your vision and actually making it real. But here's the big question. What if that gap is finally closing?
All right, section 2. This is where we get to the good stuff. How we actually close that gap. We're talking about a completely new AI toolkit that is an absolute game changer. Seriously, you need to start thinking of AI as your new partner. It's your co-founder, your architect, and your developer, all in one package. And the process, it's actually way more straightforward than you might think. It breaks down into 4 basic steps. Step 1, use something like ChatGPT as your own personal expert to understand the problem you're trying to solve. Step 2, you have it generate all the product requirements for you, basically the blueprint for your app. Step 3, you map out the navigation and the different screens. And then the magic happens in step 4. You just prompt the AI to build the whole thing. So the key skill here isn't a programming language like Python or JavaScript anymore. It's this thing called prompt engineering. And all that really means is getting good at talking to the AI. It's about crafting the right instructions to get the AI to do exactly what you want. It's way more about communication and strategy than it is about writing lines of code. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This sounds awesome in theory, but does it actually work in the real world? For something big? Well, get ready for this. In section 3, we're diving into a case study that is just almost hard to believe. It's the story of how an impossible app was built for Southwest Airlines. And to really get the picture here, this wasn't some little side project. We're not talking about a to-do list app. The challenge was to build a super complex operations command center for a $14 billion airline. The stakes were incredibly high. And here's the insane part. They had just 48 hours to do it. That's it, 2 days. They went from a blank slate to a fully working demo for the top execs at Southwest. Think about that. Something that would normally take a huge team months to build, they did it in a single weekend. And this was no smoke and mirrors demo. The app had real-time dashboards. It had AI-driven flight simulations. It could predict operational bottlenecks. One of the coolest features, the one that really blew the execs away, was a crew fatigue meter. It could literally connect to a pilot's smartwatch to see if they were fit to fly. I mean, this was a seriously powerful tool. Okay, that Southwest story is absolutely epic, but I get it. It might feel a little intimidating. So, for this next section, let's bring this whole thing back down to earth. How can you use this same exact process to build something you're familiar with? Like, say, a clone of a popular app you use every day. And this right here shows the incredible shift that's happening. In the old days, building an MVP, that's a minimum viable product, just the first basic version of your app, it took months, it took a whole team, it cost a ton of money. Now, with AI, it's a 1 or 2 day job for one person. The barrier to entry has just been completely obliterated. And we've got proof. Someone literally followed this exact 4-step process and built a working clone of Book My Show, which is a big ticket booking app. And they didn't just type in, make a movie app. No, they got specific. They gave the AI prompts like, okay, for the home screen, I need a list of movie posters that I can scroll through sideways and then put some promo banners underneath. And for the next screen, they'd say, now build a details page with a movie trailer, a summary, and a big book tickets button. By just breaking it down like that, piece by piece, the AI built the entire thing, the whole flow, screen by screen.
So all of this brings us to our final section, and it's a big one. The new rules of building. Because everything we've talked about points to a fundamental change in what skills actually matter now in the tech world.
Look, the value of just knowing how to write code, the syntax, that's going down. The AI can do that grunt work now. The skills that are becoming way more valuable are things like problem solving and designing the logic, the algorithm. It's about being the architect who designs the blueprint, not the construction worker who lays the bricks. It's all about what to build, not just knowing the commands to type.
And this quote sums it up perfectly. The complex skill is building algorithms. The value of writing syntax is coming down. So for anyone building things, your job is moving up. You're not getting stuck in the weeds writing code anymore. You're focused on the high-level strategy, designing the system that the AI is going to build for you. So what does this mean for you? It means your job title is changing. You're not just a coder anymore. You're an orchestrator. You're the one conducting the whole performance, using these incredible AI tools to bring your ideas to life at like 10 times the speed we thought was possible just a little while ago.
And that's where we'll leave it. The tools are here. The wave is here. The door is wide open for anyone with an idea. It has literally never been easier to build something from scratch. The only thing missing is your idea. So the real question is, what are you going to build first?